Good morning, one and all. Welcome to E-Samvaad Center, Hansraj College, Delhi. This is Rekha Sharma, Dean Faculty of Languages, Himachal Pradesh University. Today, I am going to give you an introduction to research methodology. As you know that now research has become a part of the curriculum of undergraduate syllabi also. Therefore, we need to have some basics to understand how to go about research. As the word suggests, research, it means we have to search again. There is existing knowledge, already so many papers, they are there, and now we want to go further about certain topics, about certain concepts and perceptions. For that matter, we are searching it time and again. As far as research for languages is concerned, there is an important institution which is known as MLA, Modern Language Association, which came into being in 1883. You know, earlier French and Latin, they were the classic languages, and the status of English was not like that. That's why number of scholars, researchers, editors, publishers, they joined hand together, and then they formed an association which is known as Modern Language Association. The purpose of this association was to have commonly agreed upon principles and rules for the purpose of publishing a paper or a thesis or a dissertation. The simple example that I want to give you is, in our BA, usually what we do, sometimes for the name of the text, we use commas, like say Hamlet, or we write Hamlet, we underline it. At times, what we do is we use double commas, and we also underline it because we want to emphasize on the text. But when it comes into print, then there are certain rules and regulations which we need to follow. And what are those rules and regulations? They are commonly agreed upon by the scholars, researchers, publishers, and editors. The first publication of MLA handbook is known as Style Sheet. This was the first document that came out where these rules were laid down. Then gradually the name was changed and it became MLA Handbook for the writers of research papers. This was the first document, and after that, you know, there are changes in everyday life. Initially, the documentation, or what I mean by documentation is, suppose Jyoti has written a poem and I feel this is very good. I simply erase her name and write my name. How anybody is going to know that? But we have to check that because this comes under the category of academic fraud. We have to give importance to earlier researchers. We have to give them credit. And for that matter, documentation comes into being. Right? So we have to document. We have to say the poem I am quoting is written by Jyoti, or for that matter by anybody else. So this way, the earlier researchers, they get acknowledgement as well as they give us material to further our argument, right? So documentation is very, very important. So changes keep on coming. Earlier edition was in 1971, then 1984, and after the development of technology, then the experts from technology side, they were also taken into consideration. So now all of them, they sit together and the consequent versions of MLA are coming up. As far as we are concerned, I will be concentrating on 7th edition. Though 9th edition has come, but I think this is the starting point from where we have to begin. Documentation has two styles. One is known as APA and the other is known as MLA. APA style is followed in sciences. There is a bit of difference because their time frame is very, very important. Suppose some research is done in 1975, they will take it further. The problem will be taken further. So therefore, time is very, very important. As far as languages are concerned, suppose Sophocles has said something that is still relevant today. So therefore, here the date comes in the end, but in APA style, it comes in the beginning after the name of the author. Clear? So MLA is followed in languages. So now I will be talking about three components that are important. First is note form. The other is bibliography. Or we can say works cited and consulted. In note form, we will give reference to the work that we are taking into account. So here the page number will be given also, and in the note form there is a format which we follow, and that is known as name of the author in normal order. It is in normal order. What I mean by normal order is, if it is Ashish Sharma, so this will be taken as Ashish Sharma only. And when it will come to bibliography, then it will be in reverse order. I will come to that later. Ashish Sharma, and it will be given in numbers, note form, number in superscript and subscript. I hope you understand, but still to make it clear, if I write 1 over here, then it is superscript, and if I write 1 over here, then it is subscript. Clear? So now I will make an entry for 1 is the name, 2nd is the name of the text, 3rd is the publishing detail, and 4th is the medium. So for note form, number 1, suppose this is the margin, we will write number 1 here. So this is the difference of at least 1 inch. So now I will say Ashish Sharma, he has written a text, let's say. So name of the author in normal order, Ashish Sharma, and the name of the book is Cultural Connotations connotations. As I told you, the name of the book, name of the anthology, that is treated as a book, so we underline it, means it is to be then converted into italics when it comes to printing part. After that, third component is publishing details. But remember, we have to begin from the here, from where note is beginning, right? So this is 1, and if it is 2, it will be again here and then the third here. So this will be easy to find out. This is the first entry, this is the second entry, and so on and so forth. After that, publishing details. Publishing details, like suppose this book is published from Chandigarh. Then we have to write Chandigarh without any space, colon is to be put. Then the publisher, let's say it is Authors Press. And the year, it is 2000. We will close the parenthesis, and after that we will add an entry, print, full stop, and that is our note form. In 9th edition, we are not doing it, but we must know it, because for the purpose of papers, what we will be doing, they will be asking us to follow the rules. And if they are asking for this, then we will be doing this. And first I will convert it and then I'll take another example. So in bibliography, what is done? Name of the author is in reverse order, and it is, this is note numbering, and there it is alphabetical order. So Ashish Sharma, and there is another Ashish Agnihotri, right? So Agnihotri, alphabetically he will come first, and this bibliography will begin here, Agnihotri, comma, and Ashish, full stop, right? And then suppose there are only 2 entries, then Sharma Ashish will come afterwards, right? So this is, and then publishing, name of the text will come as it is, like this. Publishing detail without parenthesis. There won't be any parenthesis, simply Chandigarh and this, and then print. I know you won't be able to relate to it, but now I will give a concrete example, and then you will see. So now I am taking a text which is recommended to you for your undergraduate course. So let's say the name of the text is The Namesake by Jhumpa Lahiri, superscript, and Jhumpa Lahiri followed by a comma. As far as bibliography is concerned, there are full stops only. But in note form, we are using commas. So you have to be very particular where to put comma, where to put a full stop. Jhumpa Lahiri, name of the text is The Namesake. And as I told you, it will be underlined. Then publishing details, we will begin from here. Book, let's suppose, don't take it as authentic version. These are just suppositions. New Delhi. It will be followed by colon. Then publisher, suppose it is Penguin. And the edition that I am using is 2020, parenthesis close, and after that print. So this is our, what I have missed, the name of the text is to be underlined, and then it will be in italics. Clear? So you just refer to your reference tool, and this tool is MLA handbook. Clear? So if you have to choose a title, go for the portion which deals with the title. If it is about centralized quote, go to that. So what I recommend is you have to read it from cover to cover. As far as documentation is concerned, then the second page is important. First, the name of the title, publisher is given, and behind that is copyright. Copyright is the date of publication, so that is important. So sometimes what they say copyright, and it is 1995. And now suppose in this book it is written that copyright is 1995, it implies that the first time this book was written in 1995 and the version that I am consulting, that is 2020. So this is to be there in citation. So what we will do is we will add 19 first bracket 1995 comma then New Delhi Penguin 2 2020. Am I making sense? Right? Now suppose there are two authors. No, I think first I should convert it into bibliographical form. That will make it simpler. Now I told you in note form, Jhumpa Lahiri is in the normal order, but for our bibliographical point of view, the name is in reverse order and the entry will be beginning from the beginning, I say here. Here we were beginning from this side, now it is alphabetical and it will be like Lahiri, comma and Jhumpa, followed by a full stop. Name of the book will remain the same. This will be the namesake. Again, full stop. Third component is publishing details. So I will convert this. So what will be? It will be first I will write 1995. This implies that the book was published in 1995, full stop. And after that, second line will begin here. So it is now New Delhi, colon, Penguin, comma, 2020, full stop, and print. So now you see that this is the first note form. Here it is beginning from here and second line is coming to this side, and if there is another line, consecutive line, again this will be the position. Third will begin here, fourth will begin here. But for bibliography or works cited, I will tell the difference just now, but as far as citation part is coming, it will begin from the margin and in reverse order, Lahiri, Jhumpa, and second line will begin at the distance of 1 inch. So when suppose second name will come, let's say Bhola, Anu, Jyoti. Right? So now Lahiri was there, but Bhola will come up. It will not come here. You got my point? So it should be alphabetical in order. So what we understand by bibliography is a list of books that you have consulted. But you see, in the changed scenario, now there are performances, theater, films, video cassettes, everything that has become the part of literature. That's why we are using inclusive term, works cited and consulted. I think the basic thing you have got, right? So now 3 examples I'll give you. Then tomorrow we will continue. The reason is that you have to own it. You have to understand it because it is mathematical. Because if you know that here I have to put comma, here I have to put full stop, so this will be very easy. But initially we have to understand it because rest of the things they will come afterward. Now, suppose this was from website. Books are available on website also. So for web, what we will say, entry will be like this only, but then we will add angle brackets and we will say http dot slash and then we will give the URL and we will close it. So that if I click on this link, then the related information, it will come again. So there are certain, and now even these URLs and HTTPs are also not given. Simply, they also write web and date. Let's say something I have consulted today. So that is 17th November 2022. So this will come under web. Clear? So purpose of this is that whatever we are taking from someone, we must give credit to him. Otherwise, it will come under the category of plagiarism. Plagiarism has so many connotations. We can talk about that later. But for the time being, you must understand that research is locating, assessing, evaluating, and further finalizing your topic. First, you will go through what is already done. Then you will find research gaps. These are the gaps. Then you will take a problem, and then you will move towards that. And important thing of research is consistency. You have to be consistent. Like if you write in research, it is followed. So it is not written like this, 17th November, comma, full this, and then 22. So usually it is taken like this. But if you write November, NOV, then throughout the pattern should be same. And if you say November complete, then complete. Because when somebody is reading, there should be no disruption in the thought. Because otherwise one will think, why this? For example, post-colonialism. If you write post-colonialism without hyphen at one place, and then at another place you use hyphen, so one is likely to think, why? What are the implications? So for every word, consistency is to be maintained unless you want it differently. Then you must add it. Like hyphen, comma, double comma, centralized quote. For everything there are rules. So before switching over to other thing, one thing that I want to add is, this is like two authors. Here, Jhumpa Lahiri was only one author, but there are books which are written by two authors. So here it is okay because name is to be in the normal order. But as far as bibliography is concerned or work cited is concerned, name is to be reversed. But this reverse order will be followed for first name. Suppose this work is written by Jhumpa Lahiri. So it will be Lahiri, comma, Jhumpa, which is in reverse order. And let's say the other author is Anita Desai. Then Anita Desai and all the names, they will come in normal order. Only the first name, it is to be revised. And there are so many categories, you know, sometimes they have edited a book, sometimes they have compiled, translated. So whatever information you intend to give to the reader, you have to add here. Like suppose this is an edited work, so we will put a comma and then we will add EDS, editors. They are editors. And now again, there are so many changes in 9th edition. Sorry, I will not be taking it now, because once we make it clear, then we can add on. And if there are more than two authors, then what we do is Jhumpa Lahiri, Jhumpa, comma, all. The point I am making here is that your documentation is of immense importance, because when you write a dissertation or a thesis, then sometimes the examiner makes a remark that research methodology has not been properly adhered to. So when we put in so much effort for our research, then this portion needs to be taken care of seriously, because the impact gets lost if there are mistakes in documentation. So what I want to emphasize is you go for proofreading because whatever we read on computer, which is in our mind, that is there. But for corrections, additions and comments, you need to take help of your fellow scholars. Just request them to go through your document because they will be the right people to point out the things that need to be corrected. Because after all, this document is going to be in public domain. People will be taking references from here. So it should be near perfect. Book, I have told you, the text, it is underlined or it is in italics. But if a poem, let's say Kubla Khan, it is a small poem, right? So what we will do, we will put double commas. Once it is in double commas, it is clear that this is a poem. Likewise, name of the chapter, again it is put in double commas. But the poem like Wasteland, because it is an independent unit, though it is a poem, but it is treated as a book. So what we will do is the waste land, and it will be treated as a book and it will be underlined. So to come to the last point, what I want to say is, for the problems of life, we go back to our scriptures, Veds, Upanishads, Ramayana, Mahabharata, Quran, Bible, wherever you want to go back for research. This is your reference tool, MLA handbook for the writers of research papers. Time and again go back to that. Don't depend on any previous book, because when you are concluding something, so there is so much pressure, there is time limit. So at times, whatever is suggested, or there are, when a thesis is converted into a book, so book format does not support that. So don't follow anybody. You are your own guide. You have to depend on yourself, and before getting it published, have a hard copy, go through it and see the changes so that it is near perfect document, because this is your child and your child should be perfect. And I wish you all the best. Please go through it. It is very simple, mathematical, and you can do it very well. All the best. Thank you so much. Thank you.